Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to VR Master League. This is the round robin here, Group A for North America, as we wind down this season with some excitement here. Everything on the line for these two teams, for these four teams actually competing today, because over on Channel 2, of course, can buy so much for subtlety. We have Caption and Sputnik Cobra casting that match between Flare and Orbit. So you got some choices, but if you're joining us here, if you're joining us there, if you're joining us after the fact in the VOD, whatever the case, we're really glad to have you. So thanks for being here. So SirDimwi, how's it going? How you feeling about this one?
It's going good, and I am excited for this one. I really want to see Instinct perform against Kang. Notable that these two teams they faced off 3 times during the season. Once I believe it was in week 1, and then the third was in pretty sure week 10, and of course the second was somewhere in between there. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, they met those 3 times. Now Kang did win all 3 of those games, but in the first 2. Instinct was able to push Kang to 3 rounds. They were able to pull rounds off of Kang. So it's definitely possible. As I keep hearing these players saying my name over and over and over again right now, I don't know what they're saying. I'm just hearing my name on a repeat. But yeah, they were able to take a round off of Kang, and I'm really excited to see if they're able to do it here, because an upset of that caliber would just be it would be massive, really exciting. It's the kind of thing you want to see. And although I'm a big fan of Kang, there's no reason for me to hide that. I love this team. I think they're amazing. I love watching them play. I study them. You know what I mean? I really like to break down what they're doing, and yeah, so to see Instinct beat these guys would be a really big deal, and I'm hopeful that they can do it, and they're definitely a team that can.
All right, well, I for both these, I mean, I agree. I love Kang Gorillas. I love their playstyle, as I mentioned in the pre-show. For Instinct, I mentioned also in the pre-show, when Instinct's rolling, their passing is very, very Kang-like. It's just more so the consistency, doing it over the course of 3 full rounds, because, as you noted, Instinct has brought Kang to 3 rounds a couple times. They've brought several teams in the Master Division to 3 rounds, or at least near it in some cases, but it's just a matter of the closeouts and finding that consistency, and maybe this is the time to get over that hump. I mean, there's no better time than when everything is on the line for the season.
Well, and the real key to this for Instinct is going to be not turning it over. I mean, that's really what this is going to come down to. The one thing that the top teams are masters at is when they get it, when they force a turnover from you, or they get one from you, even they can turn it around and put it in your goal before you can even get back to your own zone. So that's really what it's going to come down to for Instinct. I think if you ignore turnovers, I think this is basically an even matchup, and it's ultimately going to come down to those turnovers, because Instinct, they're incredibly competent players. They have such a strong defense. They have such strong strikers. They're really a good matchup for Kang here, and I'm really yeah, I really think they can bring it, and the key is going to be to not turn it over to Kang, particularly around mid.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of the case with just a lot of teams at this level, especially. You don't get here without being able to execute to excellence, and teams will punish those mistakes. That's why sometimes we do see those mistakes, quite frankly, where people will point out like how one play didn't unfold a certain way, and they overshot the disc, or that was a bad miss, and this and that. But the thing is, it's going to happen at any level, and especially at this level, if nothing else, you're going to get that from time to time, because the margins are so slim that you really do have to press every minor advantage, every millisecond practically, in terms of getting the speed, in terms of the precision. I mean, just a little bit slow, a little bit too off, by an inch on some of these passes, and suddenly, boom, you're scored on the other end. That's how dangerous it is at this level.
Absolutely. See, Kang did win that joust ultimately. It came out a little soft, but they are in control of it. And it's not how Instinct would want to start here with Kang in control, because their control is it's top tier, it's top level. You can see they're passing through that defense, through that mid, with very little trouble. Sealable bag going across there over to Strem. Strem moving in now, has Mad behind the goal, goes to Mad behind the goal. Mad's going to bring this one in, and he hits it for the 2. That's going to be the first points of the game there, 32 seconds in, going to Kang. Mad bringing that one in for the 2.
All right, so Kang getting that first couple points. We got our first Twitch Prime sub now. That's 3 months from Single Shot here. Thank you very much in the clutch. Also, Ochoa there supporting his boy Sealable Bag with the Sealable Pogs. Welcome to you and everyone else here joining us today for this exciting finals qualifier round robin as Spank and Instinct just try to maneuver around that Kang stack rather unsuccessfully, but lucky for them, Cruisin is right there to grab it back.
Cruising with the quick hands, going to take a hold of that one. It was going wide, but despite the fact that it wasn't technically a save, they put some in control here. Spank, although Spank's going to get stunned out by that stack there. Sealable going for that long three.
Ooh,
and,
wow.
It's going to ding off the inside of the post and out.
And given a little rebel yell of sorts as they go for that pass right down the middle. Still can't get the 3, but they will get the 2, and that's a 4-point lead. But I want to point out real quick, that entire play, Instinct came out. They couldn't even get it to the other side of the floor because that King Gorilla stack, did you see all those redirects? It was so quick, just turning on a dime.
Yeah, they're so fast with their stacks. Kang, they're masters of the formation passing, but their stacks they've gotten so fast with those. And you can see the control here, how the discipline to not overshoot anything, and now they're in control of the disc. Leverage going over there to Steel, but Steel will go back to Leverage as they pull the goalie out. And yeah, that's good for another 2 there, and Kang is up by 6.
So with some players when they're brand new to the game, and in the initial weeks, initial months, trying to get those passing mentalities, and one of the things you tend to do in really close quarter situations like that is you have this tendency to want to really rush these passes and put some extra power and mustard on those passes and those throws. Look at Kangos. They played it so calm. It was close quarters. They were right near the goal. The passes, tissue soft and perfectly placed.
And look at that, that aggressive chain there. They are so, they're quick, but they don't need to be that fast when they're moving through the mid like that. They just need to be on target and be quick with their turns and discipline with their speed. And that they come away with it once more. Mad though, trying to go behind the goal there, but a good read by the goalie. He's going to send that one out to the right too.
Yeah, that was read like a book. Very nice. Just well prepared for that pass about to unfold, knowing that there was an enemy on the backboard over there. Shout out Q in the chat. And we'll get the disc back for Kang, though. This disc is really getting stuck here. It's barely been on the orange side this entire time.
And I do got a quick shout out there to a single shot resubbing with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much, buddy. And lands in with the bits, 100 bits there. Thank you very much. As now this one's going to float out of the instinct bubble there into the hands there of Sealable Bag going up. I didn't actually quite catch who it was, but yeah, Mad now with the disc on the backfield, trying to pull that defense out, and he is. You got 2 players moving out, which kind of gives Kang a bit of an advantage around the bubble, but they do get that 1 player back. So this one now going across here to Sealable going across Leverage, but Leverage getting stunned out there by Kavichi. But now another opportunity does hit Leverage. Leverage trying to find that pass there, but
double
Sealable
nice
is going to get stunned out on the far side, and that one's going to get sent out by Spank.
That was some great defense from Instinct. So there's the stack. There's the attempted punish. See, we talked about that. The moment that you lose it sometimes at these high levels, oftentimes, you're going to be punished rather quickly. Unfortunately, Instinct could not gather that disc, but they will gather their stack, so at least try to recover on defense. But some overshoots is going to be very punishing as Mad just rushes it in and going up for 8 points now. King Gorillas off of what otherwise was a fantastic defensive stand once upon a time a minute ago from Instinct.
And that was one of those things we talked about it quite a bit during the European Cup earlier, and we can bring it up again now. The accuracy of your chains, it's not just the speed. You have to get where you're intending to go, because otherwise the other team, if they're more accurate, even though you got there first, they're going to get to the disc first. And that's what we saw there as Kang puts another one in, and now up by 8 halfway through this round 1.
Just controlling that pace. Again, look at that. I told you it's barely been able to get into the opposite side of the floor. The second he crosses past that midline, it's taken back again and it sticks here. So the control right now Kangos are showing is unbelievable.
And look how patient their passing is here. They're holding on, not for too long, but long enough to draw a defender out of a position. Oh, what a grab there, though, by Kavichi. Is that what's trying to get through the bubble? And he sends that one all the way out. Those are the hands of Kavichi. We talked about, I mentioned that I used to know him as a goalie, and we see his goalie hands right there. That was such a phenomenal grab. There's a lot of pressure there on Mad as he's handling that one. And now Leverage under pressure as well. Look at the forward checking here from Instinct. They're being so aggressive. They know they need to be against Kang here, but that's going to leave their goal open for Sealable. Oh, it's going to ding off the post.
A return to sender, I guess, because he gets a disc right back. Finds the open pass. There's the stat coming in from Instinct, and now a pass crossing it over again. I'm really impressed by Instinct's defense in the bubble. The trouble with them at the moment is just getting the clears and getting a boost going, or at least a leech or something like that. But everything that's happening in the close proximity of goal and bubble, I mean, they're getting some really nice grabs and stuns.
I don't know if you noticed there, Kavichi stunned out that instead of chasing the disc down, he went to stun out the chain instead, and that gave them time to recollect. Now Conor Maricaeus moving on the bubble, goes the cross pass.
There you go.
And there's their first 2 points on the board there. Now down only by 6, 3:40 to go here. Instinct is on the board. They're still in this game. There's still plenty of time for them to come back.
And boy, was that a beautiful play to come back with on that cross. The Instinct cross, just bread and butter for them when they can get that going. But that was one of the rare opportunities they've been able to even get onto this orange side. So let's see if they can do it again. Playing some of that defense here, might have a chance at it. So there you go. Cruzen taking it over. And let's see if momentum shift is real or not as some pileups form here at mid.
Yeah, Spank had the hand on it, tried to forward it further in, but took that unfortunate bounce off of the stack. So now Kang moving in, and a shot there from Loveridge from 13 meters out with the underhand. Good for the 3, and that's going to push Kang up by 9.
See how immediate that was too. There wasn't even a thinking process involved, in which, as we've said before, it's a testament to the understanding, the chemistry of where each other are at all times. They didn't have to think, they just knew. They knew where to put it, and it was efficient.
And that's the thing, that was what I was touching on earlier about the top teams, the thing they can do, we can turn it over, and we might be about to see it again. We are. Shrimpitsy's going to bring that one in, one-on-one with the goalie, and brings it up under with a bit of a duck, bring it in for the 2, and now Kang's up by 11. And so that's 2 times in a row now we've seen it where Kang forces that turnover, they get the turnover, and immediately turn it around and put it in the goal before Instinct can really react to it.
And only 2 minutes left. It will be a tough hill to climb once more because, yeah, Instinct is on this offensive joust, and if they can manage to get it to the other side, the thing is, maybe they score, but Kango's, that disc control, that's going to spell a lot of doom because they can really run the clock just about better than any team in the league, possibly, when they're so inclined.
But look at his passing here at mid. Good control here by Instinct. Now taking it by Conor Maricaeus. He does have sealable bag just behind him, but he's got plenty of room. The chain comes in. Good pass there to Spank. Spank bringing this one in. Goalie's, well, he wasn't stunned out, but he's been interfered with. And Spank's able to pop that one in for the 2. And Instinct now got 2 on the board, but with only a minute, it's going to be about a minute 13 once we come out of the tubes here with a 9-point goal differential possible for Instinct. But man, is that a hill to climb against a team like Kang.
And yeah, 1 minute left. It will be very tough because here you go. Mad, you see what I mean? He's not rushing that pass. I was waiting for an avenue to open up, and just look at that zipper line cross. Now, it was a good look. Couldn't get the initial grab, kind of focusing on maybe the defender behind him. But see, the back tap, the control, once again, as chat pointed out there, maybe Instinct is just getting warmed up. We'll see. We have 50 seconds left in this one. I mean, their defense has been really on point. It's just more so the clears and getting the offense going.
Yeah, I mean, that's really been it. The clear thing, a couple of those turnovers that Kang was able to capitalize on, Kang really earning some of the points here in this game. But yeah, Instinct, they see there again, we see it, the clear out. Are they going to be able to get there first? Actually, they are. Oh, an overshoot, but Spank with the disc, trying to go for that mail slot, but that one's going to bounce off the shield there. And now Matt's just going to forward that one up to Strem. Strem now looking to make something happen, going for that Kong shot, but going to bounce wide.
Not only that, so Loveridge does get the goal there, but going for the shot, knowing, and we've seen this from Kang a multitude of times throughout the season, but it's not just a random fling so much as they know that they have that back stack coming in hot. So even if the shot is a little bit off, it's going to be rebounded. That's another one of those bread and butter plays for Kang, is that they're not going to, most oftentimes, they're not going to just force random things. It might look random to the naked eye, or if you're not really paying attention to the mini map and that whole situation, but underneath the hood, it's Kang Gorillas communicating and having that understanding of where they need to be and what the players in the back, even though they're not visible, they know what they're doing, and that's kind of the beauty of it. So looking at these stats, I mean, very, very cohesive on the score, everyone getting involved. Loveridge, high score at 7 points. Dealable with 2, 4 for Matt, and then 2 for Strembitsky, as well as 4 assists. So really just being very kind to his teammates, gift wrapping some goals towards them. Meanwhile, Sealbolt, much the same, 3 assists. So really contributing a little bit of everything from every player, it would seem, on the offensive end, just helping each other help each other in that sense. Now, for Instinct's side of the floor, it was the 4 points going solo to Spank. Both of them assisted by Connemara, actually, at that. Now, Cruzen had the 1 save. There's a handful of stuns going the way of Instinct, winning out slightly on that count, not by too much, but by about 8 stuns extra for Instinct. And again, their bubble defense, quite nice. And their brawling, quite nice. But they really need to have the disc actually land on this side and maintain that control, similar to King. You know, if nothing else, space out. And I know it's a tough task, but you know, they have to find a way to stay, you know, alive and make it to the championship brackets.
And I think if any team is going to do it, Instinct is definitely one of the teams that can. And definitely putting some pressure on Kang here, but Kang just showing that control. You see Sealable, he's under pressure, but Connemara just couldn't catch up to him. Now Leverage going to forward that one up there to Sealable. Sealable going up to Leverage. Leverage crossing that one to Mad. Mad now trying to make some space. Takes that shot, an ambitious shot. I think it may have even been a pass to Sealable. Sealable, wow. Oh no, you know, Cruzen's not happy about that one.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty good grab there off of what was, again, some really close range passing. It's so tough to do, but even though they missed the last one in the traffic, just the positioning, once more, I go to it over and over because it's true and it's important to kind of bestow that mentality to the newer players, all the newer ones coming in. Space out. If you're on offense, left, right, center, cover every side of the floor when you're driving on the goal, because even if your pass misses or your shot misses, when it inevitably ricochets backwards, if you have every lane covered, you're going to get multiple opportunities, just like this one for Cruzen. And he ties it up here with the pair of points.
Yeah, that one starts that turnover. Kavichi coming away with that one in the pocket there and sending it up to Cruzen, who was under pressure, but he was able to make the space and draws the goalie out and puts it in for the 2, and that's going to tie it up here just a minute and a half in. Yeah, Instinct putting some points on the board early, making a statement. Let's see if they can push forward here and maybe force a game 3.
And Lanzan cheering on with some bits there, but cheering on Cruzen and appreciating the good goalie skills as well as the offense provided. So yeah, definitely mentioned him in the pre-show. Once Cruzen joined, that just opened up so many avenues really for Instinct to really let loose, you know, allow them that room to find more offense, for Kavichi to find more offense and play a little bit more frontline than he had previously. And that's kind of why they impressed, especially so early on.
And I also got to point out the way they're covering Kang. They forced that turnover. Now Kang had it back for just for a moment. Cruzen got it there and clearing it out now. But Instinct did a really good job of covering Kang's passing lanes, something that Kang isn't particularly used to. Not that kind of coverage, because that was absolutely phenomenal. The way they're playing this, it's almost like a man zone where they're looking for those passes. At least that's what they were doing at mid. Right now, you've got that aggressive stack running with another man out. Wow, they got 3 players down here in the offensive zone.
Honestly, I kind of like it because at the moment, Kang, I brought this up with in the pre-show talking about Orbit a bit, right? With some of these teams who really love that slow move up the floor like Kang does, sometimes going with the stacks and going with that speed really bothers them and just makes them a little bit disjointed, uncomfortable, and what have you. So yeah, when Kang is in the deep backline like there, just rushing them a little bit more and trying to get those stacks together could be a good change of pace.
Also want to point out, now this is a beautiful goal there by Leverage from the feed from Sealable. That play starts. Leverage recovered this, so they went for a shot. It was kind of wide and it was a bit loose, and they got a little bit out of position. Instead of trying to force another shot, Leverage takes that disc and backs it out to the backliner so they can reset in their position and get a pass in and start over. And that's what leads to that goal. That is why you back pass, to reset when the defense gets you out of position. That was masterfully done. A masterclass there from Kang.
Absolutely, and look, Leverage again is going to get that disc, going to get his own rebound, maybe assist to himself, going to anchor down, go for the 3 at that. Oh, what a bold shot, and that is going to go their way for the 7th point.
Also worthy to point out is that Leverage recovers that disc in the 2-point bubble, but uses the screen to back himself out and send it in for a 3 instead of a long 2. That is a short 3, and that's, yeah, good enough to put Kang up by 5 now.
Can't fault the results. So even when you miss That's one of the important things is just keeping in the play. A lot of times, one of those other subtle things that you mentioned, you shoot a disc, say from way deep in the backfield. Sometimes, and it happens to all of us. Sometimes you get caught up in just watching and waiting for it to miss or things like that. But if you keep playing up, Kanamara playing up, going for that shot, but just off.
Oh,
But if you chase your rebounds, you're always conscious of moving when you don't have the disc. You're still going to get a lot of rebounds and still benefit off of some extra scores.
and I think we're going to see one here. Oh, so close. Strem coming away with that steal, but Instinct forcing that turnover right outside the bubble. Now they're going to get another one here. Kavici sending that one in, forwarding it up to Spank. Spank looking for cruising, but what a read there by Strem. He's going to get the grab on that. Looking to send this one out. He does to that player. Sealable back, sealable back.
Oh,
Look
nice.
at that. So Strem sends that one to Sealable, and then they have that chain ready. Sealable was looking to send it to the chain, but it was a good turnover, a good disruption there at least by Instinct.
And on that initial pass to Kavichi at the barrier too, so just a little bit maybe panicked of sorts, just or forcing it up because even if that had gone through, it was essentially going to be a 1-on-3, not favoring Instinct. Right here, it's going to be favoring Kangarillas with an up, an under, and then up again. It's sealable bag up 9-2, and Kangarillas pulling away a little bit here as the clock continues to go. We're below halfway now.
Yeah, that was just well done. They had a defender on them as they were moving in. It was a 2-on-2, but they stunned that defender out, and that gives Sealable the room to move in for the one-on-one on the goalie, and just a little bit of a flick and a flutter. He's able to get that one pass, and just well played there from Kang.
Barely dodging through the stack and now dodging through the defense before backing it out, but no one there to meet the hands. So slowly floating on, Kanamara trying to recover, but Loveridge, oh, the coverage as Strembitsky delivers the payload right there for the goal. Up double digits now, 12-2.
26 meters out from that trap pocket there, and 18 meters a second. Now, I also want to point out 18 meters a second from a sidearm throw. That is I can't hit those. I can do 18 overhand, but not sidearm. That's phenomenal. That's Trump's skill right there. That's a beautiful shot.
Only Reigns in the chat saying, I don't watch VRML often. That shot's nasty. Well, watch more often. You'll see an awful lot of it. The skill level is incredible, and that is going to be just an inevitable goal. The goalie, all kinds of bother. There's a Kang Gorilla player positioned pretty much on every possible space for a pass if necessary. It's starting to snowball the way of Kang in their favor.
Yeah, Strem did exactly what he needed to do, as the goalie was not going to come out to challenge. So Strem is just going to walk that one in instead of trying to gamble on a shot, and gets the sure points there. Now up by 12 with just under 3 to go.
Going for getting the long passes, which seems to be the running theme here, the game plan for Instinct. A lot of these very long crosses, which can be good to evade stack defense, but aside of those first few minutes of round one, Kang's stack defense hasn't been quite as aggressive as they were initially.
And a sealable there. Oh, another ding. That one's coming out from that 3 attempt. And I just want to address Hecken in chat saying I forgot how good Strem was. Do not forget how good Strem is.
Absolutely. Strembitsky, as that shot is almost on the way, is going to be taken right back by Strem. Speaking of the man, that was so close to the goal. But you see, even on that opportunity, you think, okay, it's within a few feet. They're going to have this shot, but then suddenly a pileup of Kangos all surrounding them. But here you go. Instinct spacing out. The spacing is very nice for them. They're posted up in the right places, and they're getting the shot off of that assist from Kanamara.
That was a nice shot there from Kavici, going underhand, under so much pressure, and gets it in for the 2. Now it's still a 10-point game. It's not out of reach. If Instinct can really push, I mean, they play aggressively as we get a restart. I'm not sure what the condition was that called for that, as we do have all the players in the game, but we are going to get a restart here. I believe it was 14-4, so 10-point difference. About a minute and what was it, minute 40 something to go there. It looks like they're going to push it up.
Hopefully the
Um,
players got some eyeballs on what the time was before they reset there, but if not, we can always check the VODs as well if needed. But either or will be the timeout and tech restart perhaps. And yeah, not sure what the issue was. Haven't heard anything in open comms yet. But with that said, all right, we'll direct our attention to chat. Although maybe I'm not sure I want to do that based on some of this going on right now. Hi, chat. How's it going? You hanging in there? Glad you guys are joining us. It's been fun. And yeah, so Lanzan's saying, okay, good, important point here too. Okay, says losing to Kang does not mean team is bad.
Not at
Remember,
all. Oh my
remember,
goodness.
remember preseason. Okay, Kangaroo is coming off of a VRL victory about a year ago. Okay, champions, world champions. They come into the preseason. They finish just outside that playoff bracket. They finish fifth, and that's fifth in the world among again 35-ish teams or so. I mean, as if that's
And
a problem when
and
you
to
have these
point out
large expectations.
that was from Kang playing poorly. So Kang playing poorly put them in 5th place. Just to point that out.
Mhm. And that's the thing, though. When you have such high expectations, or you're playing at this division, okay, so you just lost to the first place team, second place team, what have you. You're still one of the best in the world. I mean, it's just again, the skill level is so high here that yeah, everyone in the gold and master divisions are trying to push all the more to just reach that top mark. But it yeah, competition is so intense these days that it's not like speaking against the quality of a team when they drop games against other quality teams. It's fun to watch from a spectator standpoint because it provides these entertaining games. But yeah, just it's a different Kang this season. Anyway, going back to that whole point
And it's just
they where they were
no,
adjusting, because I remember Strem and Steel just mentioned they had a really hard time adjusting to 4v4 initially and just that new meta, as everyone was learning at the time. But they have more than compensated now in season one. They've really made those adjustments and they are flowing.
yeah, and just to point out that the Kang against the other teams in this bracket are 7-1 in this season. As oh, what a stop there from Cruisin on the spinning sealable bag. That was phenomenal stop there by Cruisin.
Yeah, great stop by Cruisin. No surprise. Again, he is an amazing goalie, without a doubt. As are so many players in this match right now, for that matter. Between Kavichi, you got Mad as well going in. Kanemaru Chaos gets the 3. What a shot! Bold and beautiful. It's going to be a 7-point game now with less than a minute left, so it might not quite be out of the books. It's going to be tough, but that's still an important one.
Dude, he got a 3 on Kang's goalie. What? 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 That doesn't happen. Oh my god, Conor Chaos. Pog, bro. Pog. I want to see him in chat. Pog for that one. That was the play of the game. You don't score a 3 on a Kangaroo's goalie. That's unheard of. That just happened. Wow.
Well, right now, despite the Pogs, they need to get their paws on the disc mighty fast, but I think just the lack of aggression there, enough aggression on that opposite side, especially as Kang was doing just their traditional slow roll up the floor, that wasted all the time necessary to secure this victory in 2 with one more flourish of a shot. It's Strembitsky closing it out 16-7 in round 2.
Yeah, so it is going to be Kangaroos taking this one in 2 here against Instinct in round 1 of this round robin. In this bracket here, this bracket A of North America. And yeah, what a game, though. I mean, this is some high-level play from both teams. Kang ultimately coming away with it in 2, but Instinct really, really taking it to Kang here and just putting on a show and letting everybody know that they're not to be counted out whatsoever. And there are 2 spots here today to be taken. It's not a one team going through, it's going to be 2. So Instinct, despite this loss, still has an opportunity. They just got to win the next 2 games. And I say that like it's easy. It's not going to be easy. That is a tall order against teams like Flare and Orbit, but they're still in it. And Kang coming away with this victory, a convincing victory at that, but played very, very well. Saw some beautiful shots, some beautiful highlights. I can't wait to see the compilation videos that are made later on.
And Caption Carrots with the sub, Twitch Prime, 4 months, 4-month streak at that. So thank you, sir, very much over on channel 2, I suppose, coming in here, filing in based on some of the number spikes we're seeing. So thank you for the Twitch sub. Thank you for everyone tuning in and yeah, enjoying these games on both of our channels as we now shift over to a new round shortly off of that victory here from Kangarillas. But yeah, to answer those questions a bit, yeah, it's we're going for the 3 rounds. It's a round robin, so every team here does play each other. There are 4 teams in this group, and therefore, yeah, we'll have 3 rounds of round robin essentially. So round 2 coming up So stay tuned for that, because on this channel, we're sticking with Kang as they face off against Flare, a team who has, in fact, handed Kang one of their 3 losses in the regular season. So much intrigue on the way there. Meanwhile, Channel 2, it's Orbit and Instinct on that stream. So you have your choices, but either or, we're going to take a quick intermission and be back right around the corner for the next one. So stay tuned.
Hey, my name is Game. I play for Team Flare, and I'm a striker.
Hello, I'm Grumpiest Broom, and I play for Team Flare, and I am a striker.
In the bracket we're currently in for the final qualifiers, I wouldn't say so. The only team I'm really afraid of going up against is Joker, but thankfully we're not going to have to go up against them this weekend.
I think our strengths are going to be our offensive rollouts, our bullet passing, and our bubble defense.
I mean, we've been preparing for the whole season. It's all been amounting to this weekend, essentially. So I'd feel pretty prepared for this weekend. What have we prepared? We kind of did some last-second switches that hopefully are going to catch some teams off guard, but that's pretty much it. Our goal right now is obviously to make it through these final qualifiers and actually make it to the semis themselves. And then from there on out, obviously, the ultimate goal for all the teams at this point is to win the whole thing.
I want to beat all the teams. I don't want to drop any rounds. We want to prove that we are not just a top team, we are the top team.
Anyway, I'm ready.
Yep.
All right, well, hello everyone. I'm Palidore. SirDimwi's right next to me. Wits on the cameras. Guess what? We got another game. It's Kang. Go figure. Coming back here with another match. This time versus, well, who's this? Oh, it's Flare, the nemesis, or at least I'd like to think so, of Kangaroos, or one of them, suffice to say. Their team, Flare, who did a little damage to Kang earlier on in the season when they were having some nice streaks of wins there. Flare, the former upset kings, now just the trying to be kings of VRML. They're coming in hot, as their name implies, and they're looking to have a great match here. Dimwi, I feel like you're going to be excited for this one. You always like these kind of grudge matches where it could possibly go either way, especially when there's precedence set from Flare's side.
100%. This one can go either way. These teams have faced 3 times during the regular season, and they went 1-2 in favor of Kang. Well, 2-1 in favor of Kang, depending on how I should properly read that. However, it is. Flare is a team that can beat Kang. They've proven that. They've done it in the regular season. We'll see if they can do it here today. Because this is if any team is going to do it today, it's going to be Flare. Because they are just an offensive powerhouse here. Coming out on the blue side there, that's you got Game, Chrome Platypus, Voodoo, and Grumpiest Broom, and then Kang. Obviously, once again, matched from Mitsuki Sealable Bag and Leverage. I mean, this is gonna be this is master tier gameplay right here. This is the hype match. This is gonna be salty. This is gonna be grudgy. Yeah, I am ready for this one. I'm ready to go. I want to see these two teams face off one more time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a barn burner, I do believe. So I'm excited. I mean, Twitch, I feel like they're the same way here. This could go either way. King, of course, they're feeling good, but I mean, Flare, they're a team. They're a team who I'm curious on seeing the game factor, okay, in this one, because we talked about it earlier, and I want to see those adjustments from both sides. How will Kang accommodate game? How will Flare accommodate Kang accommodating game? As this first launch goes out, and there is Game trying to make a pass over to Chrome, but losing it, not for too long. He gets it back off the stun. There's the pass. There's the first 2 to Voodoo.
Yeah, wow, that was Flare comes out swinging. They are just on fire immediately and come out so fast. 17 seconds, they score the first goal against Kangaroos. They got stopped up in the bubble for just a moment, but they got it back. Game over to Voodoo, and Voodoo's putting that one in for the 2. And Flare with the early lead.
Man with a disc here early as well, going for the midline. A bit of initial disarray, but not too bad as the soft passes come through. Complimented them earlier, holding on to it a little too long, but gets it right back as Sealable Bag. But those soft passes, didn't we? Something, one of Kang's many signatures for sure. Just able to kind of keep their heads in it and not get panicked to the point where they're just throwing rockets.
Yeah, now Kang very patiently mad, trying to draw the defense out from Flare. Flare's just not responding. Although Chrome kind of feigns a little bit. Goes right back to the bubble, but that does open up. Strem's going to pop that one in 4-2 and tie it up here.
He tied it up, but I'm a little bit tied up at the moment with Twitch because it was Gilligan with 10 Tier 1 subs gifted to the community. Amazing. You are awesome. That is crazy. Thank you, sir, for the incredible generosity there. Bestowing the gifts upon the Twitch chat. Starting at level 3, almost level 4 hype train already, thanks to some bits from Lanzan and 5 Spotted and Co. As we're gonna go off here and continue this this match with the hype train underway. Dimwi.
Yeah, hype train underway, but look at that pass there from Game to Chrome Platypus, and Chrome is gonna put that one in for the 2 to push Flare up by 2 again, and the hype train has just hit level 5 or whatever it is, level 4. Level 3 is complete, so I apologize. Chat coming out there. 5 Spotted Dog with 100 more, Lands with 100 more, Freckies with 100 there, and Gilligan, big shout out to Gilligan. Thank you very much, man. You know we appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. And Frecky with another 100 there. Absolutely. VTS King with 10.
I mentioned the whole level up thing, talking about that in the pre-show in relation to Orbit. Maybe this is what I meant. We leveled up there. But want to quick point out here, Game. Did you notice something about the last couple plays? He got assists on both, finding his two teammates there as the shot goes through for SirDimwi, getting it right back, and that's going to be a bit damaging as it's gonna bring this lead back for them, 5-4. But
yeah, that was an absolutely massive steal there from Stramas. That was the goalie who came out to play that. And they did have another player cycling back into the bubble, but because the goalie had grabbed the disc, that player started moving out to open up for a pass. And that left the goal open. And so Shrem, when he makes that steal, that goal was wide open, and he puts that one in for 3. Now Kang up by 1, but yeah, they get that turnover there from Flair. That's not what Flair needs to be doing right now.
And it will be Flair maybe getting it back right there. Voodoo kind of directing it over to Game. Game back passing it out. Andy W just gave a 5 Tier 1 community subs now. Amazing. Thank you so much, as well as Duel for months right here. Game coming up high. Is it going to get another assist? No, it's just going to be missed by that grab. Now it's SirDimwi looking for the immediate clear, the immediate boost, going a ham on the stacks as Strem looks for that pass gently, and the corner post. What happened there?
Oh, Strem, he worked so hard to get that one near goal, and he just couldn't go in, but Loveridge is going to get that feed there from Mad. Goal is sitting wide open, and Loveridge puts it in, as you hear Strem saying, so far this game is whack. I'm not sure what exactly his connotation is, but Kangaroos are currently up by 3 with 6 to go here in round 1.
Oh, we've got a lot to go with. Look at the... Oh dear. Oh, dear.
Oh, Frecky. Oh, it's Kong. Oh, man, what is going on right now in chat?
A lot of things, Dimwi, as right now Grumpiest Room takes it away, so I'll get back to you in a minute, chat. But, okay, never mind, we have some time. Bad internet, by the way, that is Frecky, just by the way. As Kong, Lands, and Bits, all these subs, you guys are amazing as they go for the stuns here, 7-4.
Oh my.
SirDimwi launching it out the tunnel, and now taking it right back. Sealable bag for another clear, so a little bit of franticness, but a lot of boost. Nonetheless, will buy them some potential at a goal here. There's SirDimwi. There's the stun, there's the pass, there's the goal. Loveridge completes it, 9-4.
And Kang is really capitalizing on these tiny little mistakes players making a goal. They had 2 players in the goal. Both of them realize you shouldn't have 2 goalies there, but then both of them come out to challenge Strem at the same time. That's what opens the goal up for Strem to pop that one in. And now Kang up by 5 here, but still 5 minutes to go. And Flair definitely capable of coming back.
Absolutely. There's Chrome Platypus. Again, it's Game over here with a disc. He's been looking for assists, but now maybe taking it into his own hands. He is such an incredible offensive player with some of those moves he pulls out, and he's so slippery and consistent with those shots. It's amazing, and you know what? They are now maybe in position to make a little comeback based off that alone. It's only a 3-point match.
Yeah, and that move he made as he was coming in, he was on that shoulder block. The defender comes out to attack him, and he jukes him using that shoulder block. That is why you use the geo around you. That's how you use it. You can use it to juke, and he did it masterfully there. As Kang now coming back here, they do have some momentum moving into the offensive zone, but now Mad is going to take that one for the reset, going up to Sealable. Sealable going across there to Strem, who's uncovered at the moment, so he's going to back this one out, trying to make room around the bubble to give Kang some room to move in on it.
See, that's because what was happening a minute or 2 ago, as the shot maybe is going to go. There's the fake. That is classic Strem, bread and butter. But boy, does it get him so many goals over the years. You'd lose count at this point. It's ridiculous. But he throws in so many fakes. Not too dissimilar from the likes of Grumpiest Broom, and Strem is going to hate that I made that comparison so much. But yeah, the amount of moves he has in his pocket, absolutely incredible. And I like what Kang did on that play because it was getting a little bit disarrayed. A lot of those clear and boosts just kind of messy. So they played the slow style. They kind of gave themselves a chance to rethink their strategies and breathe a bit.
And just another point on Strem. Strem is one of those players, when he gets the disc around the bubble, that's the moment you kind of get a little worried because he's so good with it.
Yeah.
He's such an amazing player. He has so many moves, as you pointed out. And so it's the kind of thing that you're very, oh my goodness. What a fortunate bounce there. The pass, it was a pass back to the goalie, but it hits that the post there, and Game is in position to get the grab. That is high Echo Arena IQ right there, play from Game. Wow.
Look, some of it's luck, some of it is, again, positioning. Just putting yourself at least in the right places, even if you don't expect that disc to come your way. Just the spacing will get you those opportunities. And by the way, again, thanks to the Twitch chat. I'm sorry I can't focus more on you, but we got some games going on. And speaking of, there's a game on the ceiling. Look at us spidering around here, crawling in the crawl space up high as the Strembitsky is going to sky, pass, and finish. Leverage again. Here we go.
That was so well executed there. They were under so much pressure. You can see two of the players for Flare turned upside down, and that what they're doing there is they're responding. When you're on defense and the other players they're on the ceiling and they're upside down, they have an advantage over you. And so Flare's responding to that attack from Kang and getting upside down so they can defend in that position. They do a good job of it, but Kang is just so good at executing those passes, and they're able to get that one in for another 2. And Kang is up again by 5 with just under 2 to go here in round 1. Oh.
Game recognizing Chrome was in the general area, so just flung it that direction. Chrome, as I said, put yourself in the right place. You're going to find those discs, and it's not by mistake; it's by design.
Is absolutely by design, and Chrome getting that one in for 2 is going to put Flare just down by 3 here. A minute and a half to go. Still either team's game as Flare, or excuse me, Kang with possession on the Joust advantage. Look at that. They're going for kind of they're trying to break up the aggressive defense of the forecheckers, and good disruption there, but a tap pass there, sealable bag over to Leverage. Leverage going back to Strem here. Strem has a lot of room to work with here, so he's going to walk it up a bit, look for his pass options, take the time, let his team set up. He's just going to back it all the way out. Some clock management here. A minute to go, 102, passing that one up to Sealable. Sealable now moving on the near side on the bubble. What a grab there from Game. And Game's going to clear this one out, and now the races are out.
Boost, super important here. If they can get that disc, that goal is open. Grumpy's Bro finds the room. It's a huge shot from Grumpy after a huge shot or steal from Game. It is indeed a Game, Dimwi. 40 seconds.
No hesitation. He hits that one from 25 meters out, 17 meters a second. What a beautiful shot from Game. 30 seconds to go here. Are we going to see overtime? It's up to Kang what they want to do with this, if they're going to turn it over or not. And maybe a bit of I think they hit the tube, the door of the tube coming out there, so they slow it down. Game getting a hand on that one, juking around the play. Strem there, going for that pass, looking for Grumpiest Broom, ultimately coming away with it, goes for that pass up the Game. Oh, but that's one's going to bounce off the ceiling. 12 seconds to go here.
Oh, could be an OT. There's still a little time if they can get a very quick boost down the floor. You can see Strem, he's holding onto that as long as he can, just waiting for his stack to gather, and Sealable just barely missing it. So it will be an OT here after all. Oh, what a run, and all predicated again off that Game steal, turning into what was just an immensely high pressure shot from Grumpy. That was as high pressure as it can ever get, especially in these round robins.
I wouldn't have made it. I would not have made that shot. I'll admit it. I don't care. That was an amazing shot by Grumpy to push us to overtime. And now the boosts are out. Look at that. Flare is going to win that on a headbutt. Bounces back, but into the hands of Leverage. He's going to send that one out as the chain comes out. Looking to grab it. They do. Matt taking that shot, and he hits it for 23 meters out. And that's going to be round 1 to Kang.
And just like that, from death's grasp,
Good game, guys.
Kang
Good job, guys.
comes back as they do. How many times we've seen
Good
it
job, man. That was good, buddy.
where it's so close. You think, man,
That was
they
good
are
instinct, man.
reeling
That
now.
go.
Oh, what a finish that last minute was, including that OT and big hit there off of just the all-in joust. And we see that a lot, didn't we? When the teams go for those overtime jousts, they're all in, and it's going to be a fast ending at least half the time.
And real quick, before I continue gushing about this game, I got to give a quick shout out. I just lost it. There's Only Reigns. He's really trying to get a message to us, just saying he loves us, and thank you. We're adding suspense to the game, and he really appreciates it. So thank you very much, dude. That's a much appreciated compliment there. But
yes.
Yeah, this is what a game that was. Oh my goodness, and that was only round 1. I mean, Grumpy with that last minute 3, and then that 3 at the end there. I mean, that's just we couldn't ask for a better game. We could not ask for a better game. This is phenomenal. Will we see it OT in round 2? Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. It's too much. It's too much Palidore. It's too much excitement. It's too. I can't do it.
These are the ones that are just a instant injection of energy. I am wide awake and I'm ready for round 2. I'm ready for round 3. I wish there was a round 4, 5, and 6 for that matter, but I'll take what I can get because 10 minutes on the clock here. It's Kang. It's Flare. It is all the stakes, and all it's gonna take is just execution. I mean, man, I don't want to guess. I don't want to caster's curse it, but I'm hoping for a great second round, Dimwi.
Look at the quickness of these players though right now. How back and forth that was over in that trap area. You saw how fast that chain from Flare. I wish we had a speedometer to check these guys, because they came out with so much speed, but the bounce just didn't go their way. But look, the read there from Voodoo. Voodoo now gonna go across the game. Game under pressure though. Someone on his toes already. Voodoo with the stun, sending that one back now for the reset. But Leverage is gonna be there. Leverage has open field in front of him. Does have a chain loose. Gonna pass down to the chain. Looking for Strem, but that one's gonna bounce off of that cloud block and now down to Trench.
That was excellent defense by the from Kang to cause that first turnover. It looks like they're going to get it back again just the same, but that was fantastic coverage in the midfield, really keeping the high pressure. I mean, Flare had some good looks. Right now, Mad might have himself a look. He sees a couple defenders back, but he sees his teammate crossing on through on the other side. And you can see those lanes beginning to close up as a defense does cause a turnover again. So Game with a disc, a very bold shot. He got the stack, and they got the 3. It's Voodoo coming back. First few for Flare.
Not only do they hold Kang off for over a minute to start this round 2, but they come back and hit a 3 to get the first points on the board. That is exactly what Flare needs to be doing here. They're running the clock down. They're not letting Kang score, and then they're putting them in. That's what they need to be doing, and if they can keep doing that, they might come away with this round 2.
And you see, so remember, I mentioned this in the Instinct game as well that we had on stream last time, how if you allow Kang to really make the super slow workup on their side of the floor, that's exactly what they want. You see Flare here, they're coming in with all this high pressure defense. The high pressure stacks, and now it's 6-0 for Flare.
Was that game?
Game.
The game?
It was game.
18 meters a second for the 3 at 12 meters out. That's what he was doing in that game that we were talking about before this one, when he just popped off. And he had people rushing into VRML 1 to be talking about it. That's exactly what he was doing there. And it was against, he did it against Kang a week after that game, which was against Illuminati, but now Strem moving in here to the offensive zone with that pass down shield. He's going to send that one back for that reset. And Kang's looking to set up on the bubble here to try to put some points on the board. But still scoreless is Kang 2.5 minutes into this round 2.
Only Rain saying Flare has some of the best steals I've ever seen. They're trying to do it again here with some more high pressure. Tapping it right back out to the barrier and going for another pass. A little strong, but actually maybe intended right there to that target. So you see the spacing from Kang. Excellent. Now the placement right to the backboard assist. That was great.
You know what that was? That basically, when you're passing that quickly, that many times around the bubble, you're causing confusion of the defense. Because when you're playing in the bubble like that on defense, you gotta be coordinating who's on what target, who's where, who's covering the pass, who's covering the passer. You know what I mean? And when you're passing it like that, you can't give you're not giving the defense enough time to respond to what you're doing, and that's what gives them enough room to get that guy behind the goal to put it in. And now forcing a turnover is Kang moving this one in. Another back pass. Look at that. They are not afraid to back pass to reset this and get themselves set up for a push into the bubble.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him do it again. They do right there. Looking for the shoulder, a quick fake, and delivery, and on target. It's Mad. It's 6-4 here, so Flare's still ahead, but Kang coming with a couple back-to-back ones to undo some of that damage and just find that stabilization here. 4 minutes expired in the second round.
Also got to point out that the juking from Strem on that shoulder block. I mean, we saw Flare deploying that in round 1 a few times. I believe it was Grumpy who got one off of a juke off of the same side shoulder block, but now an opportunity here for Flare. Currently up by 2. Grumpy Sprim under the goal. Look for that cross pass, but just off the mark. The game here is there to recollect. Game going under the goal there to Chrome. Chrome going back to Game now. Game trying to pull that defense back out. That's what that back pass is for right there. And they do. They pull one defender out. So they look for another in on the bubble. And look at that cross pass there to Chrome, but it's off the mark. And now Sealable Bag's going to get that one sent out. But right there into the hands of Voodoo, they're going to get another opportunity here as Flare. Chrome under pressure, juking around on the floor, trying to make some room, going for a cross pass. But what a steal there by Sealable, who's going to send it out again.
And you see, because of all the scrambling that occurred there, they still actually do get it back, but they didn't have that back pass available. But luckily, the speed enough to get back up front. So that's another thing, too. If you do have 4 players all playing up front, it's not inherently a bad thing necessarily, as long as you're very conscious about getting those stacks. Otherwise, you know, you're leaving yourself susceptible to a lack of open passes. So you need to balance one with the other if you're going for those cluster ups.
And that turnaround right there, that was Mad. Read a pass, got a stun out. Strem says it down, and Mad picks it up and puts it in for the 3, and that's going to put Kang up by 1, taking the first lead here in round 2, 5 minutes in.
Absolutely. Now that I have a slight second of peace, another quick thank you to everyone for all those bits that Hype Train ended a while ago, but there was so much going on, I can hardly focus on that. Like right now, we got the game going on, so it's back to that, but thank you so much, you guys are awesome. As Chrome Platypus gets the disc here for Flare, and they need to make a goal here, because otherwise they might be in trouble, as the momentum was going in the favor, but now it's right back in theirs. It's 8-7 for Flare.
You know, a minute ago I was talking about Kang's passing around the bubble. Flare just served it right back to him. That was masterful. I mean, they kept Kang on their heels, off of their toes. Kang could not keep up with that, and ultimately they get it right in front of the goal and put it in for that too. And now, Flare retaking the lead up by 1.
It was so needed there at that point. The 2 early 3-pointers from Flare, huge, but you can't. I mean, Kangarillas. You can't allow them to score 3 times in a row and not expect them to start catching fire again, because that's exactly when they see those passing plays work, when they see those shots start going through, that's when they get their rhythm. You know, when they back it out like this. Again, Flare was doing great job pressuring hard earlier on. Let's see if they can maintain it, not allow Kangos to be patient. Right there, oh, what a save from Voodoo.
What a stop from behind the goal. Those are hard stops to make, but Schramm coming away with that one, trying to send that pass, does find leverage over there to, I believe that's Mad, trying to find leverage back, but that one's going to the floor, now does find the hands of Sealable, and Sealable now passing it back to Leverage now moving in on that side, going to back pass it once more, looking for an in on this bubble. They're not pulling there it is, there's that stun, they're going to push in now, Strem taking that shot,
Wow.
and that's good for the 3, wow, on a defender and a goalie. Strem's going to plant that one in at the edge for the 3, and Kang's going to go up by 2.
I've got goosebumps, not just from that play alone, but from the play I'm seeing. You see how they maneuvered almost in a semicircle, the way they threw those passes side to side, to the bow tie, to the side again. Just waiting, passing, waiting for that window to open. They don't take bad shots. Anytime they can help it, 90%, 95% of their shots, they're with a purpose. They're not going to drive it unless they know their percentage is high to make it.
Oh, and look at this. They got 2 players on the goalie. They were looking for a 3 there, Flare did, but that ultimately doesn't pan out, and now this one gets sent back into the Flare zone. Looking like Flare's going to get there first. Some sun's going out. The chain's coming in, though, very fast, but that one gets sent away now. Beautiful pass there over to Chrome in that left tube. Chrome now going to forward this one up, maybe looking for a shot there, but Strem is playing that back line, not going to let that one go in, and now Kang looking to turn this one around again.
Not sure if that's in the game plan or not for Flare, because you saw now they've twice now gone to those 3s. That said, that one's going to be an open 3 for Kangarillas, and that is what I mean, taking those risks on the other side, a couple 3 attempts where you still had a couple minutes left in the game and not down by too much, but then going for those risky plays, those lower percentage plays that I'm talking about Kang not taking, but Flare kind of opting for them, and now paying for it because it just goes the opposite side, and it's 3 for Kang.
Yeah, now Kang's up by 5 here. A minute 22 to go. Oh, that stun by Strem on game. He's going to force that turnover. That's not what Flare needs right now. Flare really needs to get back in control of this disc. They can't let Kang score right now, as this one's going to bounce around. They do come away with it now. Voodoo sending this one up. A minute 7 to go. Down by 5, Flare is sending that one up, but that is Strem who's going to get the grab on that, send it right back in. Now down to a minute. Flare really needs to make something happen now, and they can't allow Matt to score right now, as he's going to come in and bring it in for the 2, and that's going to push Kang up by 7.
That's going to do a lot of damage to the mentality and to the feasibility of any kind of a comeback, as Pars now with 10 Tier 1 community subs. Again, people, you're losing your mind, but I appreciate it. You guys are amazing with your support. I mean, this is a great game. I'm glad you guys are here to watch it. Amazing. Thank you so much, Far, as well as everyone else who supported here with one shot there. It's grumpy as broom, but just no time left to score twice.
Yeah, that was a beautiful goal there. Game to Grumpy sending that one in on the goalie, but unfortunately, yeah, it's too little too late in this round 2. It is going to be going here to Kang as we count down. There's only going to be about 5 seconds left once we come out of the tubes here. 5-point difference. That's a 2-goal difference. There's not enough time to make that happen. So it will be Kang beating Flair into after that round 1 overtime, and Kang now going undefeated so far in this round robin, going 2-0. Flair now 1-1. Flair is not out though. Flair, if they win their next game, they do still stand a good chance of taking that second spot here. But Kang definitely in a good position, going 2-0 here today so far.
Well, yeah, that's going to be the challenge for Flair here, because they're sticking around this channel to face Instinct next. And, you know, they need to take this time, this moment to readjust, breathe, and go into the next one, focused, concentrated, and just ready to kick it up into another gear, but importantly, a controlled one. I think it got away from them a little bit there towards the end with you saw Kang was playing it patiently. The high percentage shots they took, if it wasn't there, they backed it out. Meanwhile, with still over 2 minutes left, Flair started getting bold with some of those shots, going for lower percentage shots when they didn't necessarily need to. And I feel like that's what kind of spelt the doom towards the end. And also, QL Young now with 5 tier 1 community sub gifts. Again, thank you guys so much. It's incredible. Don't need to do it, but it's always super appreciated, honestly.
Yeah.
That's amazing from you guys.
Thank you very, very much. We do appreciate it. But I also want to shout out real quick, over on Channel 2, Orbit and Instinct still in round 2. They have over 4 minutes to go there. It's only a 6-4 game. Instinct is currently in the lead, so they could be pushing to 3 rounds here if Instinct can hang on to this lead here. So definitely go check out Channel 2. I put the link there in the chat, so just click on that and follow that one over there to those guys, because that's going to be a really great game finishing out here.
Yeah, that very much so for Instinct, trying to do whatever they can to pull together a win right now. So good call out on that one. I'm watching it right here. But meanwhile, I'm also watching you now, Chad. I actually have some time as Sealable Bag comes through now. Gifting. Feeling in a gifting mood in between matches at that with a tier 1 sub.
Great games, dude. Great games, by the way. Great games.
Yes, just spreading the love. Well, I think the fans here in Twitch, all 100 plus, they were loving them some King and Flair in that match. That was so exciting. So super appreciate that as well from Sealable Bag. That's almost, dare I say, worthy of a Gupnik. I don't know if it'll.
Is it?
I mean, Wit can try. He has a button. Whether it works, we'll see.
Is it though?
Yep. To answer Wit's question, yep, just 4. It's on page 4. There's a dedicated Gopnik button I have just hanging around. If it doesn't work, I'll be mighty sad. So this could go very, very good or very wrong, chat. We'll see.
Flashing lights, ladies and gentlemen.
Надел свой противогаз, все люди смотрят на нас. Полоски в ритм бас, для рока газ, маск. Шахеда making a fuss, всегда все смотрят на нас. Полоски в ритм бас, для рока газ, маск. Противогаз. Противогаз, надел свой противогаз, все люди смотрят на нас. Полоски в ритм бас, для рока газ, маск. Шахеда making a fuss, всегда все смотрят на нас. Полоски в ритм бас, для рока газ, маск. Противогаз. Противогаз.
Hi, that was enjoyable. Wait, Stealable. I haven't seen the new Gopnik. Are you sure? I mean, I was in there a couple days ago. There's another new one?
There's another new one. I hadn't even seen that one yet. That's the first time I've seen that one. And anyone else in chat, that was legitimately, that was Sealable Bag. That's who you just saw there. The man in chat, the man who's playing for Kang, we just saw twice here on VRML 1. That is Sealable Bag. That's him on his stream. He does stream along with a couple of the players do. I know Sealable Bag streams under his name. Shambitsky streams under his name, mostly Valorant lately. But yeah, a couple of the players do stream around the community. A lot of these top players like to stream other games when they're not Echo Arena-ing. That's impossible to say. I'm never going to say it again.
That's a word, and yeah. I do want to note on that front too. So for people there around the community, the Echo community and stuff, happy to feature your stuff, give you those Twitch plugs and whatnot. I mean, it's all by the community for the community, and so yeah, if you're an Echo player, I do not mind. Just send me DMs and stuff. We're glad to feature content within reason, of course. Within reason. I wouldn't just Gopnik at any old time, but when it comes time for a Kang game, following an exciting match, following a billion subs, and then one from Sealable himself, that really warranted a Gopnik more than ever. I feel like But yes.
And speaking of hype,
shout out too as well. See Rosie Open there. Of course, cannot forget the video interviews that she's doing that we've been displaying throughout this stream. Have one of those for Flair going into this one. We also have some coming tomorrow for some of those games as well. So again, appreciate that. Shout out to Rosie Hope.
100%. And one more shout out there to VRML 2 as they are entering. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I was mistaken. It looks like Instinct took that in against Orbit in 2. Wow, I thought we were going to see round 3. Okay, so yeah, Instinct beat Orbit convincingly there, 12-6 in round 1 and 13-4 in round 2. Wow, I really thought they were about to go to round 3, but no. Yeah, wow, cool. So we're actually going to see Orbit here in not too long.
Yeah, so that'll be I do believe on channel 2, and then Flair will be staying here on this channel with Instinct coming back for.
Oh, my mistake. Yes.
Yes. No worries, but yes. Yes, that is you, Rosie, living the simple life. So you kind of there's actually a double pun in there if you think real hard. Anyway, people won't even get that reference actually. So it's only a pun. It's only a double pun to certain people. It's a single pun to others. Nonetheless, regardless, we got ourselves the next match again. Will be Flair versus Instinct. So I do think we're going to probably take a brief intermission here just to resettle ourselves now that the VRML 2 match has ended. So don't go anywhere. I mean, you can, but if you did, I only ask why. So be right back. Stay tuned. All right, one more time, folks, in the North American games tonight, this afternoon. Welcome back. This is a huge game between Instinct and Flare. Big implications, and I'll let Dimwi tell you about them in a moment. But thanks for sticking through and for joining and enjoying as we do get underway here soon. I'm Palidore once again, SirDimwi beside me, Wits on cameras over on channel 2, VRML channel 2. So much for subtlety is camming, and casting is Caption and Sputnik Cobra, now being joined by Andy W as well as kind of the third man between round caster, giving that a little bit of a try. So again, you have options, but with that said and done, SirDimwi, why is this match exciting? I mean, I know why, but tell the people at home why.
Well, so we know that the Kang is in with those 2 wins. Kang is definitely in. Both of these teams, though, Flare versus, Instinct versus Flare, they're both 1-1. So this is a deciding match. This is a knockout match, a disqualification match. Yeah, this one, whoever wins this is going to move on. Whoever loses is out for the season. Going to head off to those golf links next week, as they say sometimes. These 2 teams have met twice in the regular season. They went 1-1, each team taking a win there. So definitely a good matchup here that we're going to be seeing, and both teams playing to not just to move on, but to stay in the season, to continue playing competitive games before we take this break before season 2. And yeah, I'm so excited because both these teams are so good. You've got that defense from Instinct, Cruising in goal and Kavici on that back line. You've got the offensive prowess of Flare with Game and Voodoo and Chrome and Grumpy, all of them. And Connemara, Chaos, and Spank on the front line here for Instinct are just monsters as well. So the matchup here is going to be great. This game is going to be great. I hope we get to see 3 rounds here, because this is going to be good.
Suffice to say, the good lucks and have fun's coming through on the open comms. These teams, they know what's on the line. Now Twitch, you know what's on the line. And, well, I know what's on the line, which is to say, one exciting match and probably my voice, if the recent matches are any indication. It's been exciting, Dimwi. That last one was super hype between Flare and Kangarillas. This one, because of those implications here on the season, this is it. This is... Again, I opened up the stream saying, ladies and gentlemen, this is crunch time. In the context of our season 1, this is the crunch within the crunch coming in here at lunchtime. So we're going to see what happens, what it has to offer. But all I know is I'm excited as Game gets the disc up here for their first offensive possession on Flare's side.
Now that the match has started, the confusion in the chat, the stream buddy should be up to date now. That match has started, you should see the proper teams. It's Voodoo now moving in, dodging around Spank here. Just so definitely, Spank is a little aggravated after that, but now sending it up to Game. Game with a good shield, and he gets sent it in. Good for the 2. That's 18 meters a second from 6 meters out on the goalie. 30 seconds in, Flair's going to take a 2-point lead.
Well, was that a shield or was it either or? I don't even know how he managed to have the wherewithal to do that. But denied the defense, and he got the offense. First 2 for Flare and YouTube.com. The player, not the website, although maybe the website. Subscribing with Twitch Prime 2 months. Thank you very much. Great pass deep down below, actually, over here to Connemara. Chaos, though, on a side note as he goes in from the bottom side and ties it up.
See the way Connemara Chaos, he was moving so slowly there. There was a defender moving on him, but he knew how much time he had to work with, so he took the time he needed. He was effectively baiting the goalie to come out to challenge, but the goalie stayed in, so Connemara instead lines up his shot, takes that shot, and now Instinct has tied it up just over a minute in.
Voodoo trying to look for that pass off, but it will instead just be stunned. There's a short range boost. Exactly what they wanted, what they needed. There's the stun on the goalie and just absolutely collapsed upon. Couldn't convert the shot. So missed opportunity for Instinct as the Game gets the clear and maybe a leech, a lot of leeches in fact, all at once.
Yeah, they're coming down here. It looks like Instinct is trying to get their first bit of a race where Connemara is just going to back that one, looking to hit Cruz in there, but that one takes that glance off of the post, but it will be Spank getting the hand on that one, trying to send it through, and oh no, just another bounce there. You don't, it's looking like maybe that initial miss there got in their heads a little bit. They just got to slow it up, get back into the game here, because yeah, that was a really unfortunate missed goal down there, but they are in control of the disc still, and against Flair, that's a big deal as they're now moving in. Connemara on this near side wall, gonna just move in, take the time, let his team set up here as he sends that one across there to Spank. Spank going up there to Kavichi. Kavichi moving in. Oh, a cross pass, looking for Connemara, but that one's gonna bounce out now, where it's gonna be handled by Cruisin. Maybe.
It's not quite. That deep shot was slightly off, but it was still pretty close. You can see exactly why the strikers over there on Flair, so dangerous. You can't give them the slightest openings or they will convert on so many of those shots. Not able to do so there. It's still tied up. A few minutes pass, and now another steal coming through from Grumpiest Broom. That was one of the running themes against a King, especially in that first round last series. All the steals and all the good handles.
Oh, but what a read there. Connemara, hey, that chain comes down and forces that turnover. Connemara just going to send that one in, bounce it all the way down into that bubble. The chains are away. It's going to be Connemara getting his own dumping, sending it in, going to walk it in, all the jukes. Oh, that one's going to go back behind the goal, but it is going to be Spank there to get the grab on it. He's going to back that one up to Kavichi. Kavichi going to send it back into Connemara. Connemara over to Spank. What a stomp, but Spank's going to get it back and force it in, and now Instinct taking a 2-point lead.
Can't help but jump every time physically. In my seat when I see those kind of saves it's one thing if they're coming from a little bit far out, few meters out, but when they're just directly in front of the goal like that, just nasty. But the great, again, instincts of sorts to get the re-grab and dump it in. Fantastic awareness to realize that, hey, this play isn't over until it's over. So, and the chance that that's saved, I'm already prepared to grab it back. Oh, what a pass!
Oh.
Chrome to game, coming back, and it's tied again.
That was perfect. Yeah, Chrome was under pressure there. He was about to get stunned out. He sends a hard pass up there to Game. His Game's cutting in from the far side of the goal there, the right side from the perspective of Flair. And he brings that one in, catches it right in front. He's able to pop that one in and tie it up here. We're now 5.5 to go. Game is tied up. And yeah, ooh, a turnover there. Let's see, loose disc going to be handled now by Spank. Is going to back it out. Now Instinct resetting here to go for an offensive opportunity.
And yeah, we remember too in that last series, I asked about what the kind of adjustments Flair would be making if necessary and how the teams would compensate for Game. We saw Game open up that first round and a half perhaps of the King game with, I think, 5 assists to go along with several points. So definitely trying to dish out some shots now actually, but couldn't find the mark as Spank will collect it and send it softly over to Cruisin, backing it out and looking for that control.
Instinct doing a really good job of cycling the disc and breaking down that defense. As now it's going to be Spank on that far side too, but under pressure, but with room. Looking to send one across, it does. It takes that bounce, but does find the hands of Connemara. He's under pressure there from Game. He takes a bit of a dive to get away from him. Does get that pass back to Kavichi. Kavichi now sending that one up to Spank. Spank under pressure. He's going to back that one up to, who's that in the back line there? Cruisin. And Cruisin now sending that one up. Kavichi with a lot of room to work with here. Has 2 players coming in on him. So he has an open man. Spank bringing that one in, and he hits it for the 2. And Instinct going to retake the lead here, up by 2 with 4.5 to go.
And you see that too, that pass fake from Kavichi, just enough to freeze the defense ever so slightly. Those fakes, even on pass fakes, doesn't matter. Just anything you can throw in to make the defense hitch up just a little bit and go counter to their expectations. So little moves like that, beautiful from Kavichi for the delivery. And tight game so far. It's Instinct up ahead by just a little bit with 4 minutes left as Chrome Platypus, there it is once again. That is the second feed coming in a little closer this time, but still that same pair, I do believe. Indeed, Chrome to Game for the goal.
Yeah, it's basically the same play, and they execute it just as well, and it looks just as beautiful as that one goes in. And now it's tied up once again. Instinct is really proving that they deserve to be here, because this is the game. This is the game they need to win to move on to finals. And yeah, right now it's tied up, but Flair has yet to take a lead here in this round 1. Let's see if Instinct can answer once again here as Kavichi's going to moving in. One-on-one, has the chain coming back, so he opts to pass that one back. Look for that back pass to reset there. Now Cruising going back in there to Connemara. Connemara bringing it in, and he hits it for the 2, and Instinct's going to retake the lead again with 3 minutes to go.
And hits it with a bit of a whirl as well, just like, as I was saying, throw off the defenders. Anything you can. Fakes or inverting yourself like Connemara often likes to do. Coming in like a tornado as he releases the disc. And it is a lead once more, but I say that knowing that it's probably going to change at the blink of an eye as it keeps happening here. Very tight game as we indeed expected, and I'm glad to say.
You have another opportunity for Flair, but good stun there on Chrome as that cut pass was on its way to Chrome, but now Grumpy sending that one up to Game, and Game's going to send that one in for the 2, and now tied up once more as the goalie came out. Goalie read that the pass, came out to challenge it, but yeah, Game comes away with it, putting that in for 2. Now, 2 minutes to go. It's still a tie game. This is, who's going to win, man? Who's going to win? Are we going to overtime? What's happening?
We've already seen that from Flair very recently against Kang, but on that last play, what a beautifully woven pass. The amount, I know I always mention those margins of difficulty, but man, were they small. A centimeter off to the side, that would have been absolutely stolen and gone the other way. Just like Connemara here, trying to just throw it away before Grumpius and Chrome Platypus collapse on him with the defense.
Yeah, Connemara took on 2 of the Flair players there to get that disc away. Ultimately, it is in the hands of Flair, but only for a moment. As now Cruising on the back line gets a hand of that. Going to send this one in there to Connemara. Connemara now with some extendo arm a little bit, but he's still in control of the disc. Going to back this one up again. Didn't like what he was seeing there from the defense, so they're going to reset here. Try to draw that defense out. It's a tie game. Oh, that pass going to take a little bit of a wild bounce. It's going to be Kavici getting there first. Try to send it back, but it looked like the other player there he was expecting to be across came in to play it. So it's an opportunity here for Flair as they're trying to hunt that one down. Is Voodoo taking the shot? Oh, it's going to ding off the side of the post.
Oh, those ones will be just a punch to the gut. 1 minute left. Could have been a 3. Could have been huge. They still could get a 2. There's Grumpius Broom. Doesn't find the goal. So no go for that one. But maybe a cleanup coming up from Voodoo. But just unable to kind of find his bearings. So instead it will fly just the same as these players trying to fly and redirect. But the disc sailing past everyone's hands before Game gets it back. So it is a tight shot. Oh my goodness, so close. That would have been an incredible hit. Still could go. A big save. Connemara, the chaos is real. 30 seconds left and it's tied. And any goal here could be humongous.
There is one player down deep. I do believe that is Spank. Spank is here to get the grab on it first. Has the players for the pass. Is going to try to walk that one in. Can't, but the slap there from Kavici putting it in. And with 16 seconds to go, that will be round 1 to Instinct. Instinct just beat Flair in round 1.
What a finish again to this game. This is the same way we started the last series. Instinct, now Flair are coming in hot with what clutch plays. Amazing, that save and then turning it into the offense that they needed, that they wanted so desperately to cling on to those hopes. Again, whoever wins here, Kang is already in. They're going to the finals next week. But Instinct and Flair, they both need this match desperately. And you can just see it on the play.
Instinct Fars with more gift subs there. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for another 10 tier 1 subs there from Far. But
Dude,
Instinct,
you're insane, man. I love you, but slow the roll. My goodness, 10 tier 1 subs. You are crazy, but thank you so much. That is amazing. Once again, incredible.
Speaking of insane, Instinct is playing out of their minds here against Flair. They're keeping up with the scoring. Flair did not take a lead once during that entire first round. They tied it up I don't know how many times, but they did not take the lead once. And to do that against Flair, I mean, to take a victory, but to not allow Flair to even get a lead.
Yeah.
I can't believe what I just saw. Instinct is playing out of their mind.
Honestly, they played that. I mean, that patience, that control. That was, they basically completely erased any bad feelings from losing earlier to start off. I mean, they're coming back here. And they're looking calm and cool for Flair. That was kind of the question going into it, right? Is just how Flair would adjust. And at the moment, I mean, that was still super close. But man, what a series!
What a series it has been as we come out now here to start round two. Big, quick win there by Instinct, getting that headbutt all the way down into the bubble. They do come away with it. Connemara going to slap this one back to the Cruising on the back lane there. Cruising going to slow this one down, try to draw that defense out. You see Chrome fanning a little attack. He does go in for the pressure, so Cruising's going to send that one away. Does hit Spank. Spank going up to the ceiling there. Does find Connemara. Connemara plants it in, and once again, Instinct going to take a 2-point lead here in round two. Just 19 seconds in. Wow.
I reject saying Instinct's about to win this round. We got a lot of time to burn, but you know what? They would love to do just that. For Flair, I mean, as a caster, spectator, we want to see those third rounds, and it's certainly possible. We almost had an OT there. We already had some OTs earlier in the day. I mean, yeah, everything is on the line. This is the season. That's it. If you win or you go home now at this point.
And Flair cannot let that first round loss get to them. They've got to maintain control here as Chrome's going to send that one back there to Voodoo. Voodoo now taking his time, trying to do the same thing Instinct has been doing, draw that defense out, and he does get an attacker there in Spank. So he's going to cross that one over to Game. Game now looking for a pass. It does have Grumpy right there on the nest, but he's going to go for that shot. And a good save there by, it was at Cruising, and he's going to get a second one and send it out. Now stuns on the near side wall. Kamichi's getting the grab and sending it all the way down to mid.
Playing a little bit of wall ball with himself there as the shot goes through again. It's one of those bold ones that I mean, it was going to be tough, but it does result in Game just taking another deep one that's also a bit tough. So the disarray a little bit at play as the shot that goes in for 3, and that goal left open twice. So a bit of a miscue, and Instinct is absolutely going to capitalize.
That's what they need to do. And this is the first time we've seen this game. Instinct taking more than a two-goal lead. They're up by 5 now. Last game, it was all 2s. It was all 2s all game. They even won by 2. Now they're up by 5 here. Flair definitely feeling the pressure here. Definitely, I mean, they know now they can lose to this team. They might have come in confident, but that confidence is gone. Chrome sending that one up there to Game. Game, though, not in good position. Game, though, going to cross it there to Grumpy. Oh, what a stop, though.
Oh.
Spank, he's going to send this one away.
Now this is starting to get a little bit reminiscent. We'll see. It's still early on, but again, those big performances as a disc just being missed and overshot. That big performance from Instinct during the Challengers Cup where they just went on a crazy roll, undefeated that day. And then Connemara, they can go up by some more had it not been from Grumpiest on the steal. Classic Grumpy.
Good steal there from Grumpy. Connemara getting a little too confident with those jukes, and now it's going to be Voodoo coming away with that one, sending that one in deep. Is it going to be in? It is! 41 meters out, 16 meters a second. He hits that 3, and that's something Flair can build off of. Wow, what a shot there from Voodoo.
Putting on a light show, and that was a smoke show. Smoking gun on the shot. Took it with confidence, and that is huge. Every minute of this round is crunch time, Dimwi. It's not even the last 2 minutes anymore. Every single goal is incredibly important. So to hit that with that kind of concentration, it's excellent. As now the back pass, just a little bit of two-man game, trying to maneuver around and figure out exactly what they want to roll with.
And now Instinct with another opportunity here. That one is going to bounce wide, but Kavichi coming up with it only for a second. They had 2 players on him, and a third player, Chrome, getting the grab on that one. Going to send it all the way down. Pass Cruising. The stacks are out. Who's going to get there first? It's Voodoo, and Voodoo's going to pop that one in for 2, and they just tied it up here with 6.5 to go. We are back to a tie game. We are back to 0-0. We're resetting with Instinct and Joust advantage.
And who do the Voodoo besides Voodoo? He's working his magic. That's 2 in a row. Big 3-point hit. Big 2-point hit just to tie it, and as you like to say sometimes, Dimwi, it's essentially just a 0-0 game again. All that momentum, it felt like Instinct was starting to build. It was undone, but now Instinct can come back here. It's going to be a bold move because there's a lot of defense in there, so maybe getting too bold on that drive, but we know he is capable of a variety of moves, so, you know, he made the judgment call, just didn't pay off at first.
Connemara looking really confident in this game. Some of the moves he's trying to pull, moves I've seen him pull a million times. They're his favorite moves to pull, but maybe that's why Flair's so ready for them, because we've seen twice now where he's trying to juke around. But a good pass there, just off the mark, and that one's going to sail out. But Cruising is on the back line there to get the grab on. He's moving in now under pressure. Going to send that one across there too. Connemara's going to bring it in for the 2, and now Instinct going to retake the lead here again, not allowing Flair to take a lead. As Flair tied it up, Instinct's going to answer with another 2 and retake the lead with 5.5 to go.
Absolutely. A big hit from Connemara there, but predicated off of Cruising. As I mentioned, the cruise control, right? He was in good position to get that disc back, restabilized after that first daring shot that was taken, and much higher percentage opportunity, much much like Kang has been doing all day on the streams as well, just finding the highest percentage, and that's what they needed to go up by a pair again.
So now it's going to be Gang with this one, sending it back for that reset. He didn't like what he saw from the defense. He's going to reset it there. Grumpy now going to float in slowly. He does pull that defender out. Doxum does get a good pass there to Voodoo. Voodoo now 1-on-2 is going to take that shot. Cruising, getting some credit for it, either going off the head or maybe you got a grab on it right next to the plane, but it's going to go in nonetheless. And now Flair is going to once again tie this one up with 4.5 to go. If patterns or anything to follow, Instinct maybe going to follow up with an answer here. But yeah, wow.
You want to talk about patterns just based on the history of these teams. So Flair, going back to last season towards the end, the qualifiers for the playoffs and the championships, Flair had lost out in a rather devastating fashion to Orbit unexpectedly on a game-winning shot on the final day, final hour, in fact, of the season. And right now, I mean, Instinct here is the lower-ranked team. Flair is number 3 in North America. Instinct coming in at 7. Instinct coming in hot right now. But this could be one of those situations where Instinct, they're in a position where, again, can they close it out? Because that closing out against master tier teams all season long, that's been their story. That's been the thing they've been trying to build up to and have been yet unable to complete. So really, there are humps for both of these teams to get over kind of mentally and historically.
And yeah, right now I'm so ecstatic that Instinct is playing so well. As Grumpy now going to send this one across. What a read there from Cruising, trying to set it out, takes that ugly bounce off the nest. But wow, what a read! That's master level goalie play right there. That's what you need to be doing against a team like Flair. And now a pass up to Grumpy. Grumpy's going to get stunned out. Game's coming away with that one though. He's going to slow it down here, back it out, under some pressure, moving in, juking around a little bit. Does take a shot. It goes in. Wow, and there it is. Flair taking the lead for the first time in this game with 3 minutes left to go in round 2, up 9-7 here. Yeah, wow, what a play there by Game with the jukes to come in and send that one through.
Showing zero fear whatsoever on the face. He's got his game face on, and that was yet another bold shot. This time coming in from Flair instead of an Instinct. But boy, when you get those results, it's kind of uncanny with him. It was the same thing when I was playing some mixed scrims the other week. Just hitting those over and over as that goes over to Cruisin'. So tough shots. Cruisin', he's going to be in the right place, the right time more often than not.
Yeah, that was he was definitely in the right place at the right time there to make the grab on that. Not letting any of these get through. As now it's going to be Kavici on the other side. Getting the grab. What a pass there to Cruisin' though. Wow, that was talk about threading the needle. And now Cruisin' under pressure does get that one over across there to Connemare. Connemare 2-on-1, going to back this one out. Doesn't like what he sees, but what a read there from Chrome. He's going to get that one sent all the way down into the Instinct bubble here. And now the races are away. It's going to be Grumpiest Broom gets there first, sends that one in for the 2. And now Flair not just taking the lead, but now they're up by 4 here with 2 minutes to go in round 2.
That is big shot, Grumpiest Broom. And not the first time we've said that in the last 20, 30 minutes or so. He is, again, the veteranship from him, being a long-time player. I talked about being there before. He's been there before. He knows what it takes to play at the high level. As a Spank, he knows how to take it into the goal and level that defender to bring it back within 2.
That right there is one of those plays they're going to be highlighting and sharing amongst themselves afterwards, because that was perfectly executed from start to finish. Every single pass is planned all the way down. They hit every single mark. They don't miss a single one, and they get it in for the 2. They push back up within 2 of Flair here with a minute to go. If they can force a turnover here, they can look to take this game.
This whole game has been insane. There's a cross pass over, going to reach Chrome Platypus. He does have some back passes sort of available there at the bow tie, but doing a nice job to cut it off. Grumpy's still coming away with it and trying to deliver it back to Chrome, but he had left his spot, so will be a turnover, and there's a potential Dimwi as a boost come on through. Yet again, tunnel brawl maybe about to unfold.
Good slap there, though, by the player in Instinct. Now it's going to be another slap, trying to get it back. Cruising getting away with it, trying for a soft pass there, but the chain was too eager to get forward. So now it's going to be shot there by Game from the 2. Oh, it's going to bounce wide. Maybe another opportunity. No, Connemare is going to get the grab on that. Now under pressure. 28 seconds to go. Instinct has to turn this around. They have to start moving forward. They have to score a goal here if they don't want to go to game 3, round 3 here in a best-of-3 series against Flair in this knockout series for the finals. 17 seconds to go. It's bouncing around mid. Oh, Grumpy with the shield. He's going to get that one slapped back. 13 seconds to go. Instinct is very quick quickly running out of time. They need a Hail Mary play if they want to make this happen, though it's still stuck in their zone. Now it's going to be game moving away with it. 5 seconds to go. This will be round 2 to Flair. Flair is forcing a game 3. We got a game 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Good guys.
That we do, and what better way to close off the day than with a match like this? No one's getting much separation at all. Round 1, round 2, there was overtime potential in both. It was back and forth, goal for goal. One team takes a slight lead, 1 point, 2 points. The other team comes right back. It is the absolute just epitome of what the league is all about and what we're seeing at these levels of play.
So here's what I need. I gotta ask viewers a favor. Right now is the time. Go into your team discords, go into your community discords, start pinging your friends, get them in here. This is gonna be fire. This is lit. This is, I don't know, what do the kids say? It's OG lit fam. I don't know. Just get them in here. Get them in here.
You lost out on that entire exchange the moment you went with what your kids say.
I don't care. It's not about what I say. It's not about me. It's about Instinct versus Flair going to round 3 here in this round robin qualifiers. I can't believe this is what we're seeing. I can't believe Instinct took that first round. I can't believe they held on to that lead for so long in round 2. Flair coming back. Oh man, I mean this is top level play. This is what we love about the playoffs. These are the games we love to see, and I'm so excited for round 3.
The next 10 minutes decides the future for these 8 players in Echo Arena. That's what it comes down to. This is going to be the last game, at least in VRML, of the season for one of these teams. The other one, they're going to go on and try to achieve the glory of the championships, but they got to work through this match first, and what a match it's been. Round 3, it's underway. Here we go.
So I was just going to say, what a fortunate bounce there for Flair off of that joust, but it is going to be Instinct coming away with it, ultimately getting it sent all the way down into the Flair bubble. I do not have a mini-map, so I don't see who's coming first. It is going to be Spank setting it in, getting the first goal in this game. That is 3 rounds in a row that Instinct has scored the first goal, and they do it again there, 22 seconds in, and that's after Flair won the joust. Wow.
Spank, he definitely had the map. He knew where to be for that shot. So starting off hot, again, this 7th seeded team and Instinct facing off the 3rd rated Flair. But at that level in North America, it's been so contested over and over. And won't be a surprise. I mean, either way, Instinct closing out matches is what it comes down to. Flair keeping that mentality right there. That is a mental play from Cruisin' in the clutch. Again, every minute now is clutch time officially as game does retain.
Yeah, what a save, but it's going to be Flair with another opportunity. Chrome sending it over to Grumpy to Chrome, and Chrome's going to send that one in. Does get the 2 on the second chance there. Cruisin' can't stop that one, and now we're tied up once again, a minute and a half in.
What an effort, but the persistence and the insistence from Flair that they are not going to be denied more than once there from Cruisin' if they can help it. I mean, Cruisin' has 4 saves, but they're going to get those shots, and at the moment it is indeed Game, the famed one, making his name very well known with the 10 points. Just one below the match high, Connemara Chaos with 11 on the other side.
So it's going to be Cruisin'. He does get that pass up to Connemara as he got stunned out. Connemara does have 2 passes to his left. Goes for that deep one. Takes that goofy bounce, but he does get it back. Look for the back pass, but another bounce there. Unfortunate. Cruisin' trying to track this one down as the chain's coming in behind him. He's under pressure. He does get there first and gets it sent through. And now Spank coming away with that one. Spank now moving up, going for that deep cross pass. Looking for Kavichi. Kavichi going to back this one out to Cruisin', and now they're going to set up for their push into the bubble here as Cruisin' now taking his time, waiting for that defense to come out and challenge him. And it's tied the game, 7.5 minutes to go here. Kavichi now taking that feed there from Cruisin'. Cruisin' moving up and taking the feed back from Kavichi, just passing this back and forth, trying to get that defense out of position. There it is. It's speed into Spank, and Spank's going to put that one in for the 2, and Instant's going to retake the lead.
Such excellent control and kind of addressing the chat there as well. Speedy saying, I think it's best to control the disc. And yeah, it's all about the control. At the moment, Instinct, they are 61% on the possession time. So they have just about 3 minutes more possession time here. And only 3 less shots taken overall. So really, Instinct is prioritizing the control very, very well here to just try and maneuver around what is a very aggressive Flair defense quite oftentimes.
Yeah, the control we're seeing from Instinct has been absolutely phenomenal. Now Flare, you see Flare's resetting in their own zone here. That's telling you Instinct is doing such a good job mucking it up there at mid, but they do ultimately get it through here. Crumpy having to duck that chain, does get it back there to Voodoo, and Voodoo now moving to this near side wall, going back across there to Grumpy. Grumpy now moving in under some pressure, backing it right back up. They're doing the same thing that Instinct was doing just a moment ago, but that feed in is off the mark, and a headbutt there from, who was that, Spank, and now it's going to get sent out back into the Flare zone.
And up into the O-zone, it's going to be just dropped beneath, but here comes the stacks, that secondary one, looking for a pass, cut off, it's Chrome Platypus, and he puts it onto the other side, and there's the opposing stack, and rebound and goal for game. So doing what Instinct tried to do, but doing it against them instead. Flare here.
Yeah, that's it. Again, we're seeing another, Flare's again tying it up. This has been the story of the game. The whole game, since round one, all of round one, all of round two, until the end there. Flare, Instinct getting a 2-point lead, Flare answering, Instinct getting a 2-point lead, Flare answering. We're seeing it once again here. Instinct has not fallen apart. They're still holding it together here against Flare. This is phenomenal. This is top tier. Instinct has earned their place, 100%.
I agree. For those tuning in as well, because I saw 38 popped in here from VRML Channel 2. This match, the entire way thus far, it is just goal for goal. No one is pulling ahead by more than 2 or 3 points this entire way. We had near overtimes in both the first 2 rounds. And again, the implications here, huge. You can tell 5 minutes off of this round just about, the lower scoring output, you can tell neither team wants to make a mistake. They can't afford it.
Look at that give and go there. Spank's going to bring this one in from Cruising, and that's another 2. Instinct going to, again, retake the lead here with 5 minutes to go. That back and forth there, the give and go, it's so strong against the defense, and they execute it perfectly and get the 2.
Is the calm control that they needed. They did not look panicked or rushed. They just found the right touch on the passes, and they found the easy goal. What else can you say? That's fundamental, and oftentimes when it does get to these crunch time situations, these high pressure situations, it's those type of fundamentals that win you the game. I mean, we've seen that how many times. It's just keeping cool and collected. If Instinct can do that, this will be their time to shine and show that they can be cool. It closes the goal with that huge shot. What a hit in the bottom corner. Unbelievable.
I can't believe that went in. I can't believe that went in. I saw it take the bounce. I was like, oh, that's not in. Nothing to react to. But what?
I thought the same thing.
How do you hit the cone and it still goes in? That is unbelievable. Connemara Chaos with the play of the game, the shot of the game right there. Putting Instinct up by 5 here. That is absolutely massive. And the read there from Cruising. Send that one back towards mid. The chain coming out. The stun. Look at this. They are on fire right now. Sending that one in deep. Looking at the bounce off the backboard, but it is going to be Game getting there first and Game sending it away. Wow, what a goal there from Instinct. Now up by 5. Still under 4 minutes to go. And they are back in control here trying to make something happen.
Okay, but so off of that miss, off of a couple missed handles here, this is also still important for Instinct. They're feeling good off the shot, sure. Do not get overexcited. This is where, more than ever, you need to actually control the disc. Do not get too ahead of yourselves saying, all right, 3 minutes left, we're ahead by 5, this is ours. No, do not stray from your game. Incredible shot on that other end from Connemara, but this is where the game plan matters the most.
Absolutely, and right now you see how collected they're being. This is clock management right here. They know they're in the lead. They know they can really run the clock here as they need to, although that's a little dangerous. Cruising right there, get a little close to his own goal. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest anybody ever backs up to their own goal like that when they're trying to run the clock, but still effective. Spank getting this one up now to Kavici. Kavici under pressure, gonna back this one out, trying to hit that left too, but it's gonna take the bounce off the angled walls there, and Chrome's gonna get the hand on it, send it back into the Instinct bubble, and Instinct trying to get there first, but under a lot of pressure. But Connemara is going to get that one sent away and through the bubble and all the way down.
Flair's doing a good job getting the speed together, but they're also having trouble just kind of aligning themselves with that disc immediately on some of these plays. I mean, you see right there, they throw the clear, they get the boost, but just not really anyone there to receive it quite on time, so a bit disjointed. They have 2:20 left, and the lower seed, the 7th seed Instinct team here, who has all season long, this has been the case as they go for the 3, Connemara Chaos, and well, what a better time than now in the most important game of their season, Dimwi, to close out a match potentially with 2 minutes left against a master tier team. They haven't been there, and now they're showing that maybe, just maybe, it's within their grasp. Can Flair do something to come back from the depths, or is this it?
8-point difference, under 2 minutes to go here. Connemara with that deep three. Wow, that was absolutely phenomenal. Pogs in the chat for that man right there. It's Connemara again with it, gonna take that shot, goes off the backboard, gonna go wide. And he was definitely looking for another one there, as now it's gonna be handled here by Cruisin. Cruisin under a lot of pressure, trying to pull an Angel, but can't pull it off, and now Chrome's gonna come away with that one. If Flair has to respond now, if they want to stay in this 8-point differential, that is a minimum of 3 goals here. They need to score it now if they want to stay in this game. Coming away with this one, now moving in on the near side wall, going across there to Grumpiest Broom, they're gonna get stunned out by Kavici. What a stop there from Kavici. He's gonna send that one away again, burning more time off the clock. We're now down to a minute 10. Both teams down. Who's gonna get there first? A race where it's still loose. Oh, it's gonna be the slap there from Flair, and now out back to mid.
Well, both teams are feeling it absolutely now. These jitters, the pressure, both teams for different reasons, but nonetheless it exists, and that shot is gonna go in for Flair. So the time still maybe on the side, but the open three there, not what Instinct wanted to concede. So still less than 50 seconds left. I mean, it's possible. It's unlikely, but it's possible. Instinct needs to hunker down and not give it away again like that.
37 seconds. Flair has to do something right now. If they still want to stay in it, they can't let up. They have to be aggressive. They have to turn this. They have to force a turnover. Instinct, though, they're in a great position. 27 seconds to go, up by 5. That is 2 goals. Although Game was definitely looking to take a shot there, but the goalie gets into place, so they're looking to make something happen here. They got to score right now, though. Chrome Platypus back up to Game. Yeah, that's it. Even if they score here, they're going to get this one in for 2. It's a 3-point game, but with 10 seconds to go, Instinct is going to the finals.
Instinct to the finals. Instinct, the upset. Instinct, they close out a game against a Master Tier team in the most important match of their season. Dimwi, what better time? This was a tale of 2 teams who have had these battles, these fights within themselves, if nothing else, trying to get over those mental humps. Closing out a big match for Instinct at the end, for Flair, again, coming at the end of the season, much like last season, preseason, that was the case too, against Orbit and what have you. So there were big stories at play, and it's Instinct getting the happy ending to this fairy tale for them, at least in terms of this week. They still got a lot ahead of them to go, but man, did they provide or what today?
Yeah, it's coming from the open qualifier, basically a wild card team getting in here and finding their way to the finals against Flair. That is absolutely that's massive. Those guys are on cloud 9 right now because that's the upset. That is the upset. That is the upset right there. Instinct versus Flair. Flair definitely, going to be a little disappointed here. They came into this one with confidence, but Instinct didn't do it. It wasn't luck. These weren't long threes that just happened to go in. Flair wasn't playing bad. It wasn't like Flair was giving up the goals. Instinct just came to play, and with every goal that they put in, Flair answered, but they never let Flair take that lead. They did. It was once in round 2, and Flair was able to get the victory there, but they held on here and took a convincing victory here in round 3, and they're going to go to the finals. They have earned it. They have earned it.
Absolutely. I see Onward rating with a 35. I'm happy to have you guys, but let me inform you, just missed the game of the entire postseason and one of the best games of the season. Most important, this was determinant on who would advance to the championships. Ended in 3 rounds. The entire 30 minutes of this entire game, it was just back and forth. Neither team pulling ahead by more than a few points. And Instinct, the 7th seed, just upset Flair, the 3rd, to finally secure a win against a Master Tier team. And the upset Kings have now been dethroned.
Yeah, that's as hard as it is a total 12 for Flair. It's almost poetic, in not in the best way, but to be the team that came up in early on in the season to upset so many of the top teams and kind of surprise everybody, only for a moment, but still a surprise, and then to be upset in the finals qualifier, it's really it's the worst kind of poetry. It's when you say the universe has a hell of a sense of humor, because wow. But Instinct really picking it up. I mean, Instinct played. I cannot gush about how well they played here. They did not make. They might have made one mistake. I mean, they maybe just wow.
And I want to clarify too what I'm saying. Talking about the. Obviously, emotions are going to be high, and it's a tough loss to eat. I don't say that with any ill intent or anything. I got my my team got well, we were basically just wiped all over the floor with Joker not so long ago, and that kind of ended my Echo career. So you know what? I feel like I can speak on the matter. I know it's tough, but man, as a
Well,
spectator,
I've never lost a game.
yeah, game. But you know, on that note though, I understand
Chaos?
completely. But like, as a spectator, as a viewer, as one of the 100 and now 160 plus viewers now, geez, on Twitch, this is what it's about. As a spectator, and as a player, you live for those moments because you know what? Without the lows, you don't get the highs. That's just the spirit of competition. So it is a tough loss to eat for Flair, but these players, mega talents on both sides, but in Flair for sure, they have done nothing but impress ever since preseason, and it's still only up from here. I mean, there's nothing to be disappointed or ashamed of on their part. That's just the way of competition. They will find that peak once again. Instinct, they're trying to reach it. They have a week now to maybe do it. So with that said, I do think, suffice to say, Connemara Chaos. Yeah, that's all. Connemara Chaos.
Game high 17 points there.
Not only that, but the context. Those shots at the end, the last few minutes. Oh my goodness, were they backbreaking? That was it.
Yeah, that was he's proving himself. That's championship caliber there. That's when you got to do it. He did it, and and the saves from cruising too. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely. Ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
I would. Those are the situations that I know I just said, hey, this is what we live for as players. You know what? No, I will gladly turn down a one-on-one at goal with me as the goalkeeper. I want no part of that. So cruising, the brass, and able to just get some clutch saves himself, and 41 passes too. Looking at the MVP screen, but yeah, just incredible plays all around, without a doubt. Oh man, that was fun. I'm just in cooldown mode now, but that was you couldn't write endings better than that to this kind of tournament.
No, you couldn't. That was absolutely phenomenal. And if you like that, boy, oh boy, do we got more for you in store tomorrow and next weekend, but imminently tomorrow. We're coming back same times with EU and NA, starting at, what's that, off the top of my head, is that 10 a.m. East, 7 a.m. West? Is that right? I gotta check. I can't remember.
Yes,
for, EU.
Yes, that's correct. Same times as today as well. But yes, that's 7 p.m. or 7 a.m. Pacific time, or it is 2 p.m. BST for our European friends. I am pretty sure.
Yeah, no, it's 3. If it's 10 o'clock East, it's going to be 3 o'clock p.m. in London. And which I'm pretty sure it's CEST. And then we're coming back again with NA as well. So tomorrow for Europe, you're going to have Phantoms, who are still undefeated. You've also got Paradox, Vertigo, and Quackheads playing in that round robin tomorrow for Europe. And then North America, I just had it here. It's Team Joker, Infinite, Illuminati, and Wireless Shacks. Wireless Shacks, another one of those teams. They weren't expected to make it this far. They did after picking up Venom. And yeah, really excited to see those guys face off tomorrow. Their first game is going to be against Joker. So it's definitely a big test for them to start that one. But I'm really excited for all those matchups tomorrow. Those are going to be amazing games.
Absolutely. Bright and early for us in North America, but either or, we will be there gladly. And it's going to be a fun cast. Strem, it's all in the team spirit, you see, in response to that. Anyway. Yeah, that was great. That was fun stuff. Thank you everyone for tuning in, for watching, for, suffice to say, the ridiculous amounts of support. I don't think I can safely guess how many subs and bits were given in that hype train again. If nothing else, I'm learning that level 5 apparently, like, we need a level. No, we don't need a level 6. You guys are too crazy for that. Just appreciate the support, though. That was insane earlier during those tournaments, during the earlier tournament in the middle of the match. I mean, people just popping off right in line with how exciting that game was. Those games were, I should say. So glad everyone enjoyed it. We enjoyed it, obviously. I'm thrilled with what just happened. So it was.
Time to rest the voice.
Yeah, time to rest the voice. You know, in my head, towards the last few minutes of that, I admit I kind of forgot we had more games tomorrow. So as I was losing and popping off, I wasn't exactly, which is fine. But I'm just saying, for a moment, I was just in the moment, and that was a testament to the quality of that match, man.
Yeah, that was high quality there. That was thank you to Instinct and Flare for that one, because that was amazing.
By the way, to address, so I see people kind of reminiscing over old teams there, cheering on Jax just for their name. Says Boop. There you go. That's the spirit. Wireless Jax, of course, one of the other huge surprises and up and comers who found their way right into the postseason. You know, some maybe not expecting it, but man, were they fiery hot in that last month, and just for as much of a dark horse as Instinct was, or Dark Wolf, as I said, to open up the stream, because they were the first match on here against Kang. We said they were going to be a dark horse in this match. This could be the day that they finally complete a win against a Master Tier team. For the Wireless Jacks, it's their first test against a Master Tier team tomorrow. But that, again, is a testament to how much they built their skill and their teamwork and their cohesion in that last month, because they went, from silver all the way to contesting Master now for the first time. So that's incredible in itself. And sealable bag, a tier 1 sub to Ryan.
Speaking of sealable bag,
Rhino.
A moment ago, we missed it. Strem and Sealable both came in with subs as well, gifting out some subs. So thank you to both of those guys from Kang. And congratulations, by the way, to you two, Strem and Sealable, and any of your teammates who might be here. Congratulations getting into the finals today.
Definitely appreciate that so much. Thank you incredibly so for that, and the support, the hype, the generosity. Again, you don't need to do it, Strem. You don't need to do it. Just go win some games and pass those discs, and I'm a happy door. That's all I want in life, is Kangorilla passes, or Instinct passes, as the case was today. But yeah, just fun stuff. Also, separate note relating to some of that earlier chat. I mean, Eclipse is a team again. Did you see that? It's on the VRML website, so it's official. Anyway, yes. All right. So anything left on your end you want to cover, Dimwi, or shall we finally close out this crazy day?
No, go check out Sealable Bag and Shimbitsky's streams. They stream under those names. If there's any other players, I don't know who else streams, but I know those two stream quite frequently. So definitely go check them out during the week.
Indeed, Stream Bitsky over on Twitch, as well as Sealable Bag. Appreciate you guys very much. YouTube.com saying, who is Eclipse team? I don't know, some guys. Yeah, it's been good. Again, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Strem.
To everyone once more. I mean, Andy, Fars, and Gilligan giving some huge. See, this is the part where I don't want to miss names, so I always feel bad. But just know that you guys are super appreciated. Makes the fact that I haven't slept in a day and a half or two well worth it. That was fun. All right, so we're gonna head off now before I make a fool of myself. So it's been fun. I've been Palidore. That's been SirDimwi. Wit on the cameras on channel 2 is Caption. So much for subtlety. Sputnik Cobra, as well as Andy W. Hopping in there for those casts. It's been a fun day, fun night, whatever time of day it is. Quite all right. I've been Palidore, and we're gonna go now. Love you guys. Take care. Be happy. Be healthy. Be safe. Be good to each other. As always, focus on that last part, and we'll see you again very, very soon.